Hello and welcome to the Bakewell tour. In this video we're taking a short route around Bakewell. It is mostly off-road and takes in part of the famous Monsal Trail. This route is a great introduction for novice mountain bikers. It starts at one of our old favourites, Hassop Station car park. We then head out of the car park and turn left towards Bakewell. Once we reach Bakewell, we head off the trail and on our first road section, passing through Bakewell and out onto the A6 until we find Intake Lane. It's a quiet road heading mostly uphill. We do a loop involving fields and quiet lanes until we once again rejoin the A6 for a brief section, before heading off-road to take in the Monsal Trail and head back to Hassop Station. The buildings here are what remain of Bakewell Station. It opened in 1862 and ran passenger services right up until 1967. However, trains passed through right up until 1968. It was operational for over 100 years, and that's just about how long we had to wait for John to pull into the station. Ah, here he is. Once we had regrouped, we head through the station and out onto the road to descend into Bakewell. After a quick descent down Station Road and over the bridge into Bakewell, look for a left turn after the Queen's Arms. If you prefer not to have to push your bike a short distance, then continue on the main road until you hit the main roundabout and then take a left. As you follow Market Street and Granby Street around, you will once again meet the main road. This is the A6 and it's heading south. Turn left and follow the A6 out of town. We somehow managed to miss it, but as you leave town you should see Intake Lane on your right. It heads away from the A6, try not to miss it. It's not too long before Intake Lane starts to ramp up. Initially it is on tarmac but soon gives way to old cart track, surface with a mix of aggregate and mud. It is probably the most difficult part of today's ride. It's steep and will definitely give your cardiovascular system a good workout. Once you have made it to the top of the cart track, it gives way to a muddy field, or in our case a very muddy field. This is the last feature that you'll need to cross before you reach a short road section which runs along the top of the hill. At the top of the field, go through the gate and then turn left and go down the road. Once you reach the crossroads, go straight on. Just after a dip and a right-handed bend, you'll see a gate on your left. This will take you into some more off-road sections. The road is quite quiet and fast flowing, so you can use it to shed some mud. After the dip, take this gate here on the left. After the road we have some relatively easy sections following a right of way through 2 or 3 fields. Riding this part of the route along the field boundaries was quite pleasant. There was just enough of a slope so it wasn't too boring. There was a quick stop while we regrouped and checked the map, as the bridleway was not well signed here. We then turned back towards the A6. As we rode down the final fields the gradient was steeper and the speed increased. The final field before the road was the fastest section by far. This is the penultimate gate before we hit the road section. The views from up here over to the other side of the valley are breathtaking. The last section of the field descent is quite steep, but the surface is quite firm even following heavy rain, so it's a good place to ramp up the speed. Saying that, always be aware of other trail users and be prepared to slow down and be considerate. Here we rejoined the A6 and head back towards Bakewell. But we will turn off the main road before we reach the town. We are looking to turn right when we see a sign for Haddon Park Farm. We will then follow the track. We cross over the River Wye for a second time and continue along the track looking for a bridle path on our left. Pretty much on the next bend we find the bridle path we were looking for. We go through the gate and then cross the fields and head up towards the Monsal Trail. We climb slowly up the eastern edge of the valley. This side is nowhere near as steep as the ascent on the western side. It's not too long before we go through a gate and leave the fields behind. We follow this quiet lane down to Coombs Road and its viaduct. The last climb of the day is the entry ramp back up to the Monsal Trail at Coombs Road Viaduct. It is steep, but it's the last hurdle before hitting the flat Monsal Trail, so give it all you've got. I have always liked the Monsal Trail, and it was one of the first ones I rode when I returned to biking a few years ago. I often see ideas or plans for the extension of the route or making a circular one which would include the High Peak Trail. I do hope that one day these plans will be passed and the work will be completed. As you can see, it's a very popular route and is often busy. It's being used by cyclists, walkers, dogs and families out for a day of fun. While we ride the Monsal Trail back to Hassop Station, let's take a look at the scores. For time taken, we awarded Bakewell Tour 2 wheels. It took us around an hour and a half of riding to complete the full route, but it could very easily be done a little bit faster. At just under 6 miles, the loop earned this route 1 wheel out of 5 for the distance. The terrain is variable, from the flat Monsal Trail and A6 to some steep ascents and descents as we travel up and down the valley sides. We awarded terrain 3 wheels out of 5. We gave technical difficulty 2 wheels. We feel that a relative novice mountain biker should be able to handle this route, although following rain some sections can be slightly more technical. Overall, we awarded the Bakewell Tour 4 wheels out of 5. As mentioned, some parts of the trail can be difficult to ride after heavy rain, but the route is still good fun and a great introduction to off-road biking. You are never really too far away from civilization, and refreshments can be had in Bakewell or at Hassop Station. All in all, this route is great for the novice rider. Get your friends together and head out to Bakewell for a nice quick route that will give them a sense of what off-road riding is all about. If you enjoyed the video, please like and share. If you would like to see more of the routes that we cycle, then please subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to use the comments section below. If you would like to see another video straight away, there will be links to 3 more on the screen for you now. Until next time, stay safe on those trails and thanks for watching.